If you are looking for an endgame microphone and you want the best value for your money, I think that your search might be complete after you finish watching this video. Hello, I'm LLML, and you are watching Creators Tech, technology for creators. Today we're going to look at the SE Electronics DCM8 microphone. I did purchase this microphone for the purposes of this review with my own money, but a special thank you to SE Electronics for making me aware of this microphone and for inviting me to review it. There's a lot that I want to say about this microphone, but before we get to that, let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Inside the box, you get the user manual, an SE Electronics logo decal, you get the microphone itself, you get the microphone additional windscreen, and you also get a threaded adapter. There's a lot to like when you look at the physical features of this microphone. It is made out of all metal housing. It has a 3-layer set of pop filters built into it, in addition to the external pop filter that it comes with. It has a V-series capsule on the back of the microphone. You also have the toggles for low-end frequency, high-end frequency, and to turn on or off that dynamite booster preamp. It does come with a knob that helps you adjust the tilt angle of the microphone for your particular setup. For the sake of brevity, I'm going to post a picture of the microphone specs on your screen. Please feel free to hit the pause button to view it, or take a snapshot for further details. Now let's go ahead and put this microphone through a few tests. You have been listening to the SE Electronics Dynacaster DCM8 microphone in XLR mode. I am running it through a Vocaster 2 audio interface. This is the handling noise of this microphone. This is the proximity effect that you get when speaking directly into this microphone. This is the proximity effect that you get when speaking at about 3 inches away from the microphone. This is what the microphone sounds like when speaking into it at a distance of about 12 inches. This is what the microphone sounds like at a distance of about 3 feet. Now we're going to check for the off-axis rejection on this microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now let's check for sibilance. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the sea floor. Now let's run this microphone through a plosive test. Pedro Pascal pestered a pack of alpacas. Pedro Pascal pestered a pack of alpacas. Pedro Pascal pestered a pack of alpacas who were beatboxing. You have been listening to the SE Electronics DCM8 microphone. The switch in the middle is just the dynamite switch, which allows you to add about 30 dB of gain in case your audio interface isn't cutting it when it comes to the noise floor of this microphone. But given my configuration, I have it set to off because it really doesn't make much of a difference when running it through a Vocaster 2. Now let's listen in to find out what the differences are in sound when we adjust the acoustic trim switches. You are currently listening to the Dynacaster microphone with the bass set to the lowest setting and the high end set to the lowest setting. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end set to the medium setting, which is flat, and the high end setting set to low. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end setting set to its highest point and the high end setting still set to low. We are back on the Dynacaster with all settings set to low. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end setting set to low and the high end setting set to medium. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end setting set to low and the high end setting set to high. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end setting set to medium and the high end setting set to high. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end setting set to high and the high end setting set to medium. You are now listening to the Dynacaster with the low end setting set to high and the high end setting set to high also. We are back on the Dynacaster microphone with the low end setting set to high and the high end setting set to medium. We will be conducting the rest of this review in this setting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to it now. What do I think of the SE Electronics DCM8 Dynacaster microphone? First of all, the design of the mic itself, I think, is excellent. Chef's kiss. It's a great design for this microphone. I think there's a little bit of noir, there's a little bit of sci-fi, and there's a whole lot of elegance to this microphone. Elegance in the 007 sense of elegance, where it looks somewhat dangerous, but you can expect a lot of excitement as well, and it's looks just like $1 million. This is something that I actually prefer to a lot of the mics that are out there in the mainstream. This looks, in my opinion at least, so much nicer. As far as design goes, there's a lot of practicality built into the mic, such as the exit of the XLR cable. It kind of just puts it out of the way and makes it look more streamlined. The tilt functionality on it also adds to that streamlining and practicality of the microphone, which allows the design of itself to shine without being anything around it that is cumbersome or distracting to the eye. As far as the small logo on it, it's exactly that, small, so non-obtrusive. It's kind of out of the way, but it's still there so that you can identify what it is. This microphone has a 3-layer pop filter that allows you to take it off. You unscrew the top of it, and it allows you to clean it with water. You let it dry, and then you can put it back on. So if you're someone that has a lot of guests and you want to make sure it's nice and neat and clean, that's something that is on the table for you. It's an option now with a microphone like this. It also comes with an additional external pop filter that functions really, really well in conjunction with this microphone. It just slips right over it and it gets rid of even more pops and breath on this microphone. And it does an excellent job if you're one of those speakers that likes to pop a lot with your voice and you get real dynamic, real loud. It helps a lot with that as well. But I don't think it's needed. I think the 3-layer pop filter system that it already comes with does an excellent job with it. This is one of those microphones that is so nice. I actually bought it twice for my podcast setup that I'm working on. It's one of those endgame microphones. It truly is, because of the flexibility, the features, the build quality, and the value that it offers. If I'm going to have guests for a podcast, for example, I don't want to spend time talking about how to speak into a microphone. Having to teach mic technique on a podcast to somebody who's not an expert in technology or anything like that will sometimes just detract from what you really need to get to. So if somebody's constantly worried about their technique on a microphone, it's not going to come out comfortable or natural. You don't need to have perfect mic technique to get really good sound out of this microphone. With some microphones, if you get in too close or come out too far, then there will be a lot of dynamic sound, or if you go off to a side, or if somebody's talking right into the microphone, breathing into it and all that, it's gonna be picked up by a lot of microphones, a lot of lower quality microphones. However, this being a high quality microphone, it's able to mitigate a lot of those different factors when speaking into a microphone. You don't need to be perfect in your technique and when you're speaking directly into this microphone. In the Mount Rushmore of endgame microphones, there's only room for a few, such as the legendary Shure SM7B, the RE20 Electro Voice microphone. I think this is a microphone that belongs on that Mount Rushmore. It's right up there in quality, sound quality, with those microphones, as well as build quality. The only thing holding it down, holding it back when it comes to being put into that conversation is the fact that this is a much newer microphone. It can be a dark microphone, such as the Shure SM7B, or it can be a bright microphone, such as the Electro Voice RE20, or it can be something else. You have these options out on the back of the microphone that allow you to either heighten the low-end noises that you want from a microphone or lower them. It gives you the option to either heighten the clarity, high-end noises, the sparkly noises from a microphone, or lower them. It can sound a little bit more like a Shure SM7B, or it can sound a little bit more like the Electro Voice RE20. Those two are legendary industry standard microphones, and this can mimic both of them. If you made a Venn diagram of the microphones, this could be that middle part where they both mesh. Where a lot of microphones don't have these options, this one does. And in addition to these options, as if that wasn't enough for you, it also has a built-in preamp. The SE Dynamite preamp is built into this microphone. You have to enable the phantom power for this preamp to be able to be powered on. But once you flick that switch, if you have a preamp that's not good enough, that introduces too much noise to your recording, then you could just turn it on and it gives you clean sound. This microphone is truly wonderful. It's my favorite microphone, and that's saying a lot because I've reviewed quite a few microphones over the years, and nothing so far has offered what this one offers when it comes to dynamic microphones. It does have great noise rejection for the background. It has excellent sound, full sound. It picks up all the frequencies for us to have a balanced sound, so enough low end with enough high end clarity for your podcasts. It kind of, in a way, balances out the mix. A lot of the microphones kind of go up and high, up and down, high and low, in terms of how dynamic the sound is that the speaker is making, and that fatigues the listener. And if you have listeners who are getting fatigued during your long form content, then they are more likely to turn it off, and you lost that viewer. But with a microphone like this one, it seems to just kind of like mesh everything, to bring it down, to squish it to a nice, comfortable, smooth, mellow ride that you can take your listener on without making their ears tired, without fatiguing them. SE Electronics definitely did something special with this microphone when it comes to spoken word, and when it comes to everything that you would like out of a microphone. You can use it for podcasts, you can use it for live streams, for talking head videos, you can use it for singing, you can use it for instruments, you can use it for many other things as well. As far as content creators go, which is you guys, I think that this is probably the best microphone you could choose. Typically, this retails at about a $300 price point here in the United States. A lot of the times it can be found on sale for quite a bit less. And that's just something that you can't say about microphones like the Shure SM7B or the Electro Voice RE20. Those microphones require more for them to get going in terms of needing great preamps or some sort of booster like a cloud lifter or a dynamite preamp in addition to the purchase of the microphone. So you're looking at a purchase somewhere between $400 to $700 to get those microphones working as they should work in a high quality setting. Whereas this microphone, you're all set and you get really good quality out of it from the get-go. And there's not much else to say that I haven't said already. I'm a big fan of this microphone. It was a really, really big surprise because I was expecting a high-quality microphone when I requested for this. But once I had it in my hands, in my setup, and I started running it through its tests, it just blew me out of the water. I just can't believe that a microphone at this price point can deliver equally, if not more, than other microphones that are almost twice the price of this. I hope that I was able to provide enough information to you for you to make an educated choice as to whether or not this microphone is the right one for you. If you are considering in making the purchase of this microphone or any other tool or device that I used to produce this video, please check in the description section for my affiliate link Any purchase made through there will help this channel continue going and growing. I'm LL Mel, and thank you very much for watching Creators Tech. Technology for creators.